This week, we say RIP to a beloved Nintendo system and the Wii U. PS Plus Premium gets a new perk, and more. So let's just go ahead, together, as a people, and check it out! And welcome to another sensational Sunday. I'm Mike, and I'm back to talk about the gaming news and my weekly movie video film that I do. And you know who else has movie video films? I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Sony. And now they're adding it as a perk for PlayStation Plus Premium subscribers. So Sony is releasing a new app where you'll be able to rent and buy movies called Sony Pictures Core. And inside of this application, PlayStation Plus Premium subscribers will get 100 movies for free, while included in their subscription at no extra cost, excluding the price increases that they just did, but we're not talking about that. Some of these movies include things like Kingsley, Final Fantasy 15, Elysium, and Resident Evil Damnation. I haven't kept up with the Resident Evil series, so I'm not sure if that's one of the good ones or not. It's also noted that they plan to add anime content from Crunchyroll, and they want to incorporate some kind of benefits for their additional PlayStation Plus tiers. I think this is a smart way for Sony to leverage the things that they already own, and use it to offer something different for PlayStation Plus Premium that Microsoft isn't offering with Game Pass. Now, if they only offered versions of PS3 games that aren't streaming only, I would probably consider owning the PS5 again. And while we're on the topic of Sony, last week we talked about a potential data breach. At the time, the only comment from Sony was that they're investigating it. Well, Sony has officially confirmed that they were hacked, and this isn't the first time this year. They had a previous hack that was discovered on June 2nd, which compromised the data of over 6,000 users. Sony offered to pay for credit monitoring for the affected people until February of 2024. So far, with this recent hack, they haven't discovered any user data that was stolen, but as the Game Rant article points out, it's still too early to know for sure. With the previous hack, it seems like there weren't too many people that were affected by it. I mean, 6,000 is a lot of people, but in comparison to how many users they have, it's really not that much. So hopefully with this current hack, if data was stolen, they'll discover it quickly, and there aren't that many people affected. But this isn't the only information they may have leaked from Sony, but this time it wasn't in a malicious way. It was via LinkedIn. So on the LinkedIn profile of Naughty Dog's lead outsource artist, Mark Pajarillo, I probably didn't say that right, it showed that he was responsible for overseeing the production of all outsourced environments, art assets, weapons, and interactive props of two iconic titles, The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us 2 Remastered. Now, of course, The Last of Us Part 1 is the remaster of the first game, but The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has not officially been announced. That part has now been removed from the LinkedIn profile. Either way, it isn't too much of a stretch to assume that they're working on a remaster of that game. I mean, The Last of Us Part 2 isn't that old, so it's probably just going to be a graphical update and an eventual PC release, since they already released Part 1 on PC. So this isn't an official confirmation. It's just someone who works for the company posting on the LinkedIn profile about an unannounced game they were working on. But again, this doesn't seem like too much of a stretch to assume that they're probably working on a remaster / PS5 version of the game. But you know what games you won't be playing next year, at least online? Wii U and 3DS games. In fact, let's talk about that in our final story. So Nintendo has announced the end of online services for the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS as of early April 2024. They didn't give an exact date yet, it's just early April. So basically what this announcement is online multiplayer will no longer function on those consoles. Of course, some functions will still be available, like the store, so people could download their old games. And then, of course, people need online to download patches or DLC. Pokemon Bake will also still function, but they mentioned that it may stop functioning at some point in the future, aka it's going to be around for a little bit, but don't expect it to be around for a super long time. This announcement isn't super surprising considering that they shut down both stores this year, and we're also at the end of the Switch generation, at least it feels like we are, so those consoles are about to be 2 generations old. I just wish that we had some ways to still play those games, legally that is, on Nintendo's current hardware. But either way, RIP to the 3DS and Wii U online services, and hopefully all the console manufacturers do better with backwards compatibility in the future. And I'm going to work on doing better with the transitions to the end of the video. We'll see how it goes next week because, well, I'm concluding this video. Look, I just said I'm working to get better with the transitions, so give me a break. But let me know what you think down below. How do you feel about the end of the Wii U and 3DS online services? And until next time, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification to be notified when I drop a video or a live stream. And always do at least 2 things at the same time. Peace.